All right, here we go. Let's spend some time on the Angels making a little announcement or news coming out that Perry Minasian, who's running the front office, is going to sign an extension. We don't have the years. It doesn't really matter for this conversation. It was, is he going to be back or not? Because he was in the rare lame duck status as a pending free agent. We spoke to Jake Mintz during this show about Perry, and he said he thought he was going to move on. He almost made it like it was potentially going to be a Perry thing, but there's Jeff Fletcher from the Orange County Register. The Angels have reached an agreement on an extension for GM Perry Minasian. So, Kratz, what do you think about Perry staying on board for an Angels team that certainly has some pieces that they're starting to build around? Zach Neto, studded shortstop. Christian Moore looking like he's blazing through the minor leagues and is going to be the next guy that gets called up in 5 seconds for this team. I mean, Logan O'Hoppe, that looked like a trade that's worked out for both sides, and he's a really great part of that core. I mean, he's one of the better catchers in the league right now, underrated. We bring him on the show a lot, but where do you think the Angels are at? And was this the correct move? I'm going to make this a unique question, not just for the Angels, but was this the correct move for Perry? Because it's a very difficult job, top 3 most difficult jobs in baseball at the GM position, because you have to deal with Artie Moreno helicopter dadding.
I hope it's a good move for him, and I hope when he signed this extension, Perry said it with his chest, the things that he wanted. You can't go in as a GM and be like, I want all the money in the world. Artie, get out of my way. You know, you're doing too much. But if there's somebody that has some clout, somebody that watched and learned under one of the best GMs we have right now in Alex Anthopoulos, and he's come up through the game. He's seen what worked and didn't work with the Blue Jays. He saw what worked and didn't work with the Braves. I hope he asked for some caveats with owner Artie Moreno. I hope he asked for a little bit more leeway to make the moves and to put the personnel in places to make decisions. He brought in Ron Washington. When you're losing team, you might lack some communication continuity. He's trying that route. He knows Ron from Atlanta. So I see a little bit of Perry's fingerprint on this team. And if he re-signed because he's going to be allowed to have a little bit more leeway, which I know, Scott, you'll bristle at that because you don't think Artie will ever give leeway. But that is the only reason I think it's a good move for Perry to come back, because he's built some clout up with Artie, and hopefully he gives him a little bit more of a runway to build the team the way he wants to build it.
That was very beautifully spoken, my friend. And I honestly could not agree with Kratz more. I know we haven't done a lot of agreeing today, but I think he is spot on. I think Perry's fingerprint is all over this team. And I think you also have to give Perry a little bit of leeway to understand that what he came into was an organization that was, from a minor league standpoint, in shambles. When you talk about developing, they have not had one of the better minor league organizations for years. So even trying to get the right guys in, as far as drafting the right guys, he's done a very good job of doing that. They have become extremely competitive. They have now a guy at the managerial helm that players want to play for, that they believe in. You look at how Zach Neto has taken off with Ryan Washington, being at the managerial helm this year. Eric Young Jr., he's brought in some really nice pieces to get this team back close to in winning form as they can right now with what he does have at his disposal from a minor league standpoint. So I agree with Kratzy. I think this is a good deal for him, especially if he does have any type of leeway to make a few more moves that he wants to make this team a little bit more competitive. And I think what he's done is he set himself up to possibly go in there and say it with his chest, like Kratzy said, hey, look, this is where we came from. Mike Trout has been hurt. We lost Shohei Ohtani, and this is what we've been able to do with what you've really allowed me to do. So give me a little bit more, and I can continue to help build this thing the way you want to go. So I think we're seeing that, and I think this is good for him if he's able to make a few more moves, on his own.
Here's my thing. The Angels are lucky to have Perry. I feel that way strongly. Why? How many front office leaders would be okay with lame duck status? Almost none of them. You want to see an example of how some front office leaders take a stand these days? the Boston Red Sox asked 1 million people to interview for their job and got a ton of no's. Craig Breslow has done a great job so far with Boston being competitive this year, given the resources that was laid out for him. But there were a ton of no's because there are certain either former GMs or high-level front office leaders that feel like some positions are coveted and some positions are very challenging. The Angels is one of those jobs where it is incredibly challenging. It is, like I said, top 3 most difficult position in baseball because of who you have to answer to in Artie Moreno, right? He can wake up one day and say, it's my damn team. I'm doing this, and there's nothing you can do about that. So what do you need? You need a GM who is flexible and tolerant. Tolerance is key here. And some GMs would not be tolerant to get a phone call like that. And some in Perry's place, I think, Cam, would just say, Uncle, I'm good. I'm leaving here, right? We didn't accomplish much during my time period. I don't want it to hurt my reputation that I can't get the job done. Because for fans, they don't totally understand. Some do, many do, that Artie Moreno has the ultimate say. But some fans are like, how does Perry come back, right? Where's this team at? So I'll give them credit for recognizing that he appears to be the right man to put up with that.
You're right. And then just too, I go with staff. You just talked about his patience, right? Think about the guys that he brought in. He brought in guys that can lead, but they also can develop. And I think that's what Perry has done a really good job of. And like you said, sometimes it goes unseen because of, his boss, but he has done a great job. And you said it. I think you said it perfectly. The Angels are lucky to have Perry, 100%.
There you go. All right, good show today.
Hey FT fam, it's Alana Rizzo. I can't stop talking about Vuori. Vuori is perfect if you are sick and tired of traditional old workout gear. I wear Vuori in all settings, not just in the gym, because honestly, it's comfier than whatever you're currently wearing. No joke. I'm wearing Vuori daily leggings right now. They're high-waisted with the drawstring and cupped ankles. They look good and they feel great. You're going to love them. Vuori is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they are offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at vuori.com/foul. That's VUORI.com/foul. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to vuori.com/foul and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing.
Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.